After almost 13 years in real estate, if I had to run my business on just 6 tools, these would be it. And I can tell you that one of them just saved a deal last week that almost fell apart. We're not talking about the 47 subscriptions draining your wallet or the shiny new apps promising to revolutionize your business. We're talking about the tools that actually move the needle. So let's dive in. First up, the most important tool in my business is my CRM. Now, it wasn't always the way, but let me tell you why it really matters. I make it a point when I'm meeting a new client to ask about their personal interests when we start working together. And one client, they had mentioned that, they loved South African wine, specifically Pinotage. So 3 months later, when they closed on their first home, I surprised them with a bottle, and they were so happy that I even remembered what they had said their favorite wine was. Now, if it wasn't for my CRM, storing these details up here, I would have never remembered. But that small gesture really meant something to them. And since then, they've been a really great referrer. So my CRM helps me to add those little surprise and delight items to my clients throughout their home buying journey and beyond. The CRM that I use also alerts me when clients are back on my website looking at properties. So just last month, I got a notification that someone from 2019 was browsing again. And then one quick call, and that turned into a listing appointment. Now, over the years, I've tried lots of different CRMs, Follow Up Boss, LionDesk, Exact Contact, Wise Agent, you name it, I've probably tried it. But since around 2018, I've been with Lofty, and I've thought about leaving a couple of times, but I've stayed because it's where my website lives, and I can build landing pages, track transactions, create ads, and basically run a lot of my business. Now, before I moved over to Real Broker, I was paying $199 US a month. And now I pay about $50 US a month, which works out to around $70 Canadian, because they have a deal with Real. Now, Follow Up Boss is amazing. And I know agents that run their entire businesses and swear by Follow Up Boss, but it is more expensive and it doesn't come with a website. And for me, Lofty has just been the perfect all-in-one. And here's the truth that nobody wants to hear. The best CRM is the one that you'll actually use. I know, boring answer. But if you don't want to pay for one, just use Google Sheets or Excel, like anything. You just need a place to keep notes and to remind you to stay in touch with people. So my next essential tool is a newsletter platform. Now, if you aren't sending out regular emails to your clients or you don't have a email list that you're building, here's a story that I hope will convince you. Last year, I sent out free home show tickets to my email list, and within 24 hours, I had 3 responses. One client I'd never even met was asking me about listing their home, and 2 others were ready to start looking. So that email took me about 30 minutes to put together, but the result was 3 new clients, all because I stayed top of mind. Now, here's why that matters. All of our social media is on borrowed land. Remember when TikTok had that scare earlier this year? Your audience could disappear overnight, but your email list, that's something that you actually own. Now, I've tried a few platforms over the years, but my favorite for design is Flodesk. It's beautiful, simple templates, and it's one flat price no matter how many subscribers you have, unlike MailChimp where the costs scale with your list size. I've also been experimenting lately with Kit because I've heard so many great things about it. They do have a free version and it is a bit more budget friendly. Now, if you're thinking, why would I need this? You're probably just not sending newsletters to your clients. So I would encourage you just to start gathering emails now so you could share listings, host giveaways, send community updates. The key is really to staying in touch. My third tool that would be an absolute essential for me is Canva Pro. Honestly, what can't Canva do at this point? Websites, QR codes, video edits, ads, graphics. I use it every single day and it keeps getting better. And I'm not a designer by any means, but with Canva, I kind of feel like one, especially if you want consistent branding. You can set up brand kits and that keeps everything looking really professional. If I had to run my business on one creative tool, Canva would absolutely be it. Now, a quick pause, because if you're like me and you love trying shiny new apps, you probably have some subscriptions that you forgot about too. I used to be a subscribe and forget person, but recently I discovered that I was paying for the same service twice, once monthly and once yearly. I still don't even really know how that happened. So what I'm going to ask you to do is pause this video right now and check your iPhone subscriptions. I'll wait. If you don't know how to do it, you have to open up your iPhone and you need to go to My Settings, and then you need to go to subscriptions. You'll see it right at the top. I'll make sure I have a little video here. Now, look at the subscriptions you have. Now, when I did this with agents on a webinar recently, one person saved over $100 a month just by cleaning out forgotten apps. There may be some things that you subscribe to monthly that you don't even use anymore, or maybe you had yearly subscriptions and you need to make sure that they don't auto-renew. Now, if you did this exercise, drop a comment below and just tell me how much you saved. I bet you'll find at least one. Okay, my fourth essential tool is ChatGPT. This tool has been a complete game changer for me. I use it for so many different things. Lately, I've been using it to enrich the SEO listing descriptions and blog posts. And recently, a freelance journalist contacted me about a blog post that I had done on renovating versus moving that she found online. So ChatGPT helped me SEO optimize that post for discoverability, which was really cool. I also use ChatGPT for video hooks, cleaning up my writing, captions, you name it. It saves me hours every week, and it gives me a second set of eyes on everything. And I don't just ask it to write the things for me. I work with it and refine it and give it my ideas. Here's the kicker too. The AI quality is getting so good that I canceled my Grammarly subscription because why would I pay for two overlapping services? My fifth essential tool is mobile video editing. Now, I use CapCut when I'm editing on the go. Now, I was not thrilled with their recent terms and conditions that they came out with, but honestly, it's been just too good and too easy to quit. There are alternatives that I've used over the years, InShot, Filmora, and lately, actually, I have been using the Edits app for quick Instagram content, and it's getting better all the time. The point is, if you're creating content, you need a reliable editing tool that you can count on, even from your phone. Last, but definitely not least, is an e-signature platform. I've signed documents in my car, on vacation, in Europe, in Aruba. DocuSign is an essential for me, but here's why it's a non-negotiable. Just the other day, we were down to minutes on an irrevocable deadline. And if it wasn't for digital signing, that deal would have died. One of the clients was traveling for work and the other was waiting at home, and DocuSign saved the day. I stick with DocuSign because I know it inside and out. I have templates built in it. But Real Broker also has a built-in platform that works really great too. And I have used it because on occasion I did have a couple of issues with DocuSign and certain people's email addresses. So it's good to have that backup, and it's included with Real. Two quick honorable mentions are a content scheduling app. Now, I'm not the best at batching content. I am more of a create on the fly kind of person. But when I do, Meta Business Suite has worked fine and it's free. So I wouldn't overcomplicate it. And transaction management. So every brokerage would have its own system. At Real, we have an app. I can do everything right on my app for managing my transaction, and it makes things just a lot easier. So if I had to run my business on just 6 paid tools, this would be the list. A CRM that you'll actually use, for me, that's Lofty. An email platform, I like Flodesk, or I'm experimenting with Kit now. Canva Pro, ChatGPT, a mobile editing app like CapCut, and an e-signature platform like DocuSign. With these 6, you can run your business, market your listings, nurture your database, and attract new clients without drowning in subscriptions. Now I want to hear from you. What's the one tech tool that you can't live without? Drop it in the comments below. I'm sure other agents will want to check it out. And here's your homework if you didn't do it yet. Go audit those subscriptions right now and comment done when you've canceled at least one forgotten app. This is all part of my Simplify to Amplify series. So next up, I'm going to show you how to create content pillars so you never wonder what to post again. And if you didn't see the first video, you can watch that here. Hit subscribe and the bell because you won't want to miss out on any of the videos in this series. See you in the next one.